Hi friends, Dr. Ramadevi Papalu here, fertility specialist. Today I am going to discuss one interesting topic, latest topic, regenerative medicine in infertility. What is regeneration medicine? It is a stem cell therapy. So why we need stem cell therapy in infertility? There are three major problems in infertility which is related to degeneration. The first and foremost common problem is the ovarian degeneration. The ovarian degeneration can be because of the autoimmune problem, anti-ovarian antibodies, or toxins present in the present day, because whatever we are eating, drinking, or whatever air we are taking, whatever air we are breathing, and all the articles whatever we are using, everything is loaded with the chemicals. So these chemicals enter in our body and damage many of our organs. The ovary is also getting damaged because of these toxins, with the radiation, all those things. So premature ovarian failure has come very common. So if ovary fails, ovary cannot produce eggs. If there is no egg, the lady cannot have pregnancy. So ovarian failure has become very common. But in some people, because of the radiation, any cancer treatment, ovary can be damaged. Or in some people where the chocolate cyst, menstrual blood collects in the ovary. So whole ovary will get damaged. Normal egg producing tissue will be very less. So they cannot produce eggs. So these are the conditions. In some people, by birth, ovary will not be there. So in all these, so other than ovarian degeneration, women face problem with the endometrium, inner lining of the uterus. So inner lining of the uterus is gets damaged due to various conditions. Especially in India, tuberculosis is very common. Tubercular endometritis leads to thin endometrium, and because there is an infection, embryo cannot take life. So sometimes some people will have pregnancy in the as soon as they conceive, and afterwards they don't want to have the baby because they were not planning. So those people will go for the surgical removal of the fetus, abortion. So during this procedure, if the basal line of the endometrium gets damaged, endometrium cannot regenerate. So in those cases, permanent damage can occur. This is another condition. And in some people, after delivery, if the placenta is adherent and if there is any infection, the endometrium totally gets damaged. Especially in those cases, we find Asherman syndrome. If there is a severe bleeding, we need to cure it very thoroughly so that to stop the bleeding. So any iatrogenic, like because of the treatment, if the endometrium is damaged, that is one condition, or because of the any infection, these things can happen. If the endometrium is damaged, it is like when we put a seed in the soil, how the soil takes the role for the seed, here also endometrium takes the similar role for the fetus. So without endometrium, fetus cannot take nidation into the uterus and have a life. These two conditions are can be treated with stem cell therapy. Similarly, even in men, severe oligoasthenospermia is there. It can be because of many reasons. So in those cases also, stem cell therapy can improve the sperm parameters, number, morphology, motility, etc. So now we know in what are the conditions this stem therapy we can apply in infertile couple. Coming to the what is exactly stem cell? Stem cell is a cell which can which can give different tissues in our body. Every cell in our body is not a permanent cell. Depending upon the cell, suppose intestinal cells are there, that takes little very short time. Suppose blood cells are there, RBCs, they live for 120 days. So every 120 days, new cells are generated, regenerated. So in the body, the common example, what even common person know is skin cells. Skin also gets the superficial cells, they become dead, and new cells will be coming from underneath. Every tissue in our body is regenerated like that. As we age, the regeneration capacity will come down. So most of the diseases in our body are related to degenerative diseases. For all these degenerative diseases, these stem cells are useful. Stem cells will be there in every part of our body, but we cannot collect them in a large quantity to use in regeneration. We can collect large quantity from one bone marrow, two fat cells, adipose tissue, three menstrual blood. But one external source is also coming up nowadays, that is Wharton cell stem cells. This Wharton cell stem cells are collected from the cord, umbilical cord. Umbilical cord consists of three blood vessels. To make them together and make a single rope, it is surrounded by Wharton's jelly. This Wharton's jelly is having lot of stem cells. They have multiplying capacity and they can regenerate into different tissues. So any of these four sources we can use for ovary, endometrium and testicular tissue regeneration. Bone marrow has become very common in the beginning days, but bone marrow is limited source, we cannot do it again and again, and it is a mild surgical procedure. Whereas fat cells, in fat we have, every human being will have abundant of fat. Here to have collect stem cells, we don't need large quantities, we need only 100 to 200 ml of fat. So collection of the fat is very easy and everybody has got abundant in their body. So of late fat cells have become more common for stem cell therapy. And just now I told you the Wharton jelly stem cells is another recent introduction. It has got its own advantages. Here the patient is not subjected to any surgical procedure. You can collect, we can have it from the waste material, what we are going to throw in the dustbin, that is the umbilical cord. And umbilical cord has got abundant of cells, volume is more, and stemness is more. So any of these bone marrow, fat or Wharton cell we can use as a stem cells. All these cells has got different processes to collect them. What exactly source may be anything, let it from the fat, bone marrow or menstrual blood or Wharton cell. When we call the characters, basic characters we need to call them as a stem cells is, one, when we are culturing in the lab in a plastic bottle, flat plastic bottle will be there, these cells should adherent to the plastic, one character. And these cells should have CD4 count, CD cells. What should be there is CD105, CD73, CD90. These cells should be there, but other cells should not be there. That is CD45, 34, CD14. They should not be there. If they are there, immunogenicity will come. So these are the characters the stem cell should have. And finally, when they are growing in vitro means in the lab. If they are growing in the lab, they must differentiate into chondrocytes. These mesenchymal cells should develop into, in the lab, chondrocytes, adipocytes and osteocytes. Afterwards, actually when we take the whole structure of the human being, when the embryo is there inside the uterine cavity, mainly first the embryo develops into three layers. mesoderm, ectoderm and endoderm. These each derms develop into different organs, whereas here we cannot take all these endoderm, ectoderm cells in the body. We can take only mesenchymal cells, that means mesoderm cells. Normally mesoderm cells develop into the I told you osteocytes, chondrocytes and lipocytes, but when we are giving as a treatment for ovarian regeneration or endometrial regeneration, they are able to regenerate ectoderm and endoderm origin cells also. The mechanism of action here is the not by, suppose if you give for the ovarian failure, ovarian degeneration, these mesenchymal stem cells directly do not become the oocytes. They give support. Oocyte is surrounded by stroma, cumulus cells, fibrous tissue, so many things will be there. The degeneration is because of the fibrosis, antibody formation and inflammation. Because of all these things, ovary gets degenerated. When we give these mesenchymal cells, they do not directly become the oocytes. They help the ovary to regenerate by paracrine factors. Paracrine factors are vascular endothelial growth factor, insulin like growth factor, hepatocyte stimulating factors, anti-inflammatory factors, anti-fibrosis factors, and reduces the apoptosis. Apoptosis is digesting the cells. So, the digesting the cells will be reduced, and neovascular regeneration, new blood vessels will develop with the vascular endothelial growth factor. So, these are all repair mechanisms. So, with these repair mechanisms, ovary can regenerate, not exactly the oocyte. Many people may question about that. It is not by direct oocyte development from the mesenchymal cell, it is by regenerating the surrounding tissue of the oocyte. So, we have seen many cases after giving stem cell therapy regeneration, and those who are premature ovarian failure with the mesenchymal stem cell therapy, they have regenerated the ovary, they had their own oocytes, and we did IVF in those cases, and they had a successful pregnancy. So, mesenchymal stem cell mode of action is very clear, and it can be used for the ovarian degeneration, endometrial damage and oligoasthenospermia in men. So, I think these details are enough to know what is exactly stem cells, where it is being used in infertility. Still, if you have any doubts, please put your question, your doubt in comment section. We will get back to you.